Hey Alice, it's been a while. Would you happen to be free tomorrow night? If you are, want to go eat dinner with me?
What?
It's been a while since we last saw each other and I kind of want to see you again. We could go eat at a nice steakhouse. Or maybe you'd prefer some sushi.
Why would I even agree to eat dinner with you? You must be really bored to invite the ex-girlfriend you canceled on marrying.
Are you still mad about that?
I will continue to hate you for as long as I live. I get proposed to only to discover I've been cheated on by none other than my best friend. You moved on to start a relationship with Lisa and have the nerve to invite me for dinner plans? How much further are you gonna mess with me?
I'm not trying to do anything like that, I swear. Besides, me and Lisa aren't even married. If anything, I'm thinking of cancelling that wedding too.
What? I thought you guys got married after you left me.
That was the plan, but a few issues came up that's making it pretty hard. I mean, my parents aren't really approving of the relationship. It's a bit awkward to tell my friends that I cancelled a wedding and ran away to be with that person's best friend. So I was going to wait until the timing was right and then marry her.
Yeah, but it's been 3 years already. I'd say it's been long enough wait for you guys.
Which is what I thought as well. So I was preparing as well, but Lisa has been acting a bit off recently. This is just a theory, but it's almost like she found a different man.
You're kidding.
Look, it's just a theory, but I'm convinced she's cheating. She likely got tired of me and started putting all her focus on a different man.
Getting cheated on by the woman you cheated with? That woman is never gonna change, but it seems like you got the karma you deserve.
I can't even say anything to defend myself there. I'd confront Lisa about the whole cheating thing, but I don't have any other proof. Pretty sure our relationship will be over soon anyways. But it was at the point of all those thoughts that you came to mind, Alice.
Huh?
After getting cheated on as well, I finally understand how you felt back then. How much it hurt you, and how important you were and still are to me. It's in bad taste, I'm aware, but I was wondering if you'd like to start dating again, with the purpose of eventually getting married. This time I promise, no break in your heart. I'll always keep you happy.
Stop trying to pretend that everything's alright, you idiot. Finally realize how great I was to you? Promise to keep me happy if I go out with you again? You're only saying all of this because you're about to be replaced and are so desperately hoping to find someone to cling on to. I'm not really fond of picking up someone's leftovers.
Calm down, please. I know that it might seem that way, but I truly do love you still, so please think about the positives of this. I mean, you're going to be turning 30 soon. Probably want to get married already, right? Since we both don't have anybody, we should get married with each other.
I already am married though.
What?
I got married a while ago. A year after you left me, in fact. I married a friend of a friend.
What? You can't be serious. You moved on and got married already. Not to mention a year after we parted.
Exactly. So if you could do me a favor and never contact me again, that would be great. I am happily married to the love of my life. Long time no see. I was happy to see you today. Glad to see you're doing great. I didn't even want to see you today. I heard that you were going to be absent, which is why I decided to go. But unfortunately, you were there, and that ruined the entire excitement I had towards the party. I actually wasn't planning on going, but then I heard you were going to attend, so I decided to go as well. I really wanted to see you again. Huh? Me? But you wouldn't even look my way the entire time. I had something really important to talk to you about, and yet you managed to avoid me entirely. The news would have definitely made you happy. How unfortunate. I don't even want to talk to you in the slightest. Even now, I'm barely just tolerating messaging you. So, what did you desperately want to tell me? It's why you went as far to text me, right? Well, you see, I was planning on giving Liam back to you. So you can go ahead and go right back to the wedding plans you guys made all those years ago. What did you just say? Even though I couldn't speak to you at the party, I did manage to sneak a look at your hand. You had no ring on your finger, which means you're still single, right? I mean, it's you we're talking about. I figured you would take him back. What? This has to be wonderful news for you. To be able to get back to your precious Liam. I, on the other hand, am getting married to a different man. So you have fun with Liam, okay? Hang on, Lisa. Marry another man? You were seeing somebody else? Liam doesn't know, but I have a doctor boyfriend. He's so direct too. It seems like he wants to marry me soon. So I really need to get Liam off my hands. Okay, so then just end things with him. I don't need a man like him either. What? Here I am, being generous enough to give him back to you, and you won't accept? Oh no, poor Liam. Huh? Come on, think about what he'd feel. He left you and well not a chance to get married with me. But then I find a way better man to move on to. His pride will be in shambles. That's where you come in and lift him up. Don't be ridiculous. Why do I have to pick up after your trash? Besides, I am already married. I am happily married to the love of my life, which means I have no reason to be even near that man anymore. What? You? Married? With what ring? I know you want to act all tough, but there is no need to make up such a horrible lie. I'm not lying though. I have my reasons for not wearing my ring. What reason could you possibly have? Just because I'm about to get married doesn't mean you need to try and look better. You're just a loser with no boyfriend. You're just jealous that I managed to snag a dreamy doctor boyfriend. Lying about your love life will only make you miserable. Even if you were telling the truth, you probably can't even compare to my boyfriend. I mean, he's a doctor. How amazing. It helps that we work together as well. He's always so nice to me. No matter who's around, he isn't afraid to confess his undying love to me. Oh really? Love formed at work, huh? Whenever he has to go out, he always buys gifts just for me. And we have to work overtime, he always buys me coffee. What do you think? Aren't I so loved? Wait, is that it? Uh-huh. Well, I mean, all of these encounters to you mentioned are so average. I expected that he buys you brand name bags, or maybe he takes you out to such extravagant places. That's what I expected to hear you from your bragging. Just because you're jealous doesn't mean you should try and act all high and mighty. Doctors are way more busy than you can ever imagine. So even though he can't take me on dates, he shows me love at work. Just at work, you say. Plus, I still am with Liam. With that in mind, he is being careful with any presents or dates. Why can't you understand his kindness towards me? Oh, wow, your doctor boyfriend is aware of Liam's presence as well? I haven't really mentioned it, but he's so smart. He apparently found out about Liam from somebody. He's mature enough not to ask any questions. Yeah, sounds like it. Exactly. Well, what can you expect from a doctor working at such a huge hospital? A Harvard graduate working at a famous Mayo Clinic. I don't expect anything less. Wait, your boyfriend works at Mayo Clinic? Yep, amazing, right? An amazing doctor working at a famous hospital. If you look up the name Dr. James, you'll see so much things about him. Dr. James? Oh, haven't you perhaps heard of him? Well, I guess that can't be helped. He's always on TV with his amazing face. It makes sense that he would really be well known outside the hospital. He really is a boyfriend worth bragging about. So I really want to hurry up and marry him. Make sure to take care of that trash, okay? You remaining single losers have fun getting married. I'm moving on to a doctor, so you can have him back. That's funny, because that's my husband. What? That's my line. What is this? What is going on here? I am so confused. The only thing I can do is laugh. What? Dr. James is my boyfriend. There is no way he's your husband. Well, even if you say that, he is still my husband. He takes great care of me. The fancy wedding ring he gave me was as he says. I put my entire thought into this. In fact, it's so expensive I couldn't dare to wear it in a place such as a reunion party. That's why I wasn't wearing my ring today. But I really didn't think that it would lead to being involved with such a messy situation. If anything, my husband is practically shaking in fear next to me. He's claiming to have never dated such a crazy girl like you. Wait. He's next to you? The Dr. James is really sitting next to you. Well, yeah, we're married, duh. He's been right next to me the entire time. He does admit that you guys were together, but claims to have never been with you. All those gifts and coffee were all a misunderstanding. He's terrified at the thought of being misunderstood of dating you. What? Apparently, the gifts he handed over to you were him telling you to share with everyone else at the hospital. He has never bought a gift specifically for you, Lisa. You just always happened to be nearby, so he always had you doing it. You're kidding! Those weren't meant for me? I was convinced that those were specifically for me. I ate them all myself. The coffee was a misunderstanding too. Sure, he only bought you coffee, but that's just because everyone else prefers hot chocolate. What? Yeah, you get coffee, but everybody else got something as well. This has to be a joke. He only gave it to me. I thought I was special. That was all a lie? Even though everybody else isn't fond of me, Dr. James was. He was always so nice to me, so I thought he liked me. Wait, you're alone at work? Rumors of me hoarding started to go around. Plus, the workplace is filled with other women, so I'm not really great at those. That's why I'm always alone and standing out. But even though all that, Dr. James was the only one that was nice to me. That's because he's so disconnected that he isn't even aware of the rumors circling around. Apparently, he didn't even notice that you're the black sheep of that place. What? But to see this clueless man so terrified to the point of shaking, he says he will be reporting you to the higher-ups first thing. Something about not being able to work with somebody who is imagining a romantic relationship with him. No way! To think I could have moved on from Liam. How unfortunate. Here's an idea. How about marrying Liam? Well, it was nice talking to you. Bye.
Alice, guess what? Finally ended things with Lisa. I was the one to break her heart.
So, you ended up ending things with her in the end, huh?
I just couldn't stand the idea of being cheated on. So I decided to just end things with her. Well, I do feel a bit better there is still an overwhelming feeling of sadness and loneliness there as well. Being cheated on hurts this much. I learned my lesson for real this time.
You really did learn, huh? Well, I'm glad you did, but I have no thoughts about forgiving you.
I get it already. I have no hopes in you forgiving me anyways. But I promise, this will be the last time I contact you ever again. I only contacted you to announce my breakup and talk about the fees of the cancelled wedding.
The fees? I already accepted that, though.
If you don't mind, could I pay a bit more now?
What?
You see, when I broke up with you, I paid you 1,500, right? I claim that I couldn't afford to pay more than that.
Yeah, I remember that. And even then, you were hesitant to hand me it.
Well, I learned that 1,500 is nowhere near enough for the pain I caused, so I just transferred an additional 15,000 that I'd saved up to your account.
15,000?
I just wanted to show how much I regret my actions towards you. I know that it's been years, and that money was something I was happily saving up, but please, accept it.
If that's what you want, then I'll happily accept it, but to think that you felt this bad about the situation?
Now I'm gonna live a bit more seriously. Well, anyways, good luck out there. I hope you have a very happy life with your husband.
What do I do, Alice? Liam found out about me cheating. I mean, it wasn't really cheating, considering the whole misunderstanding. But Liam still dumped me. He says he refuses to marry me. Yeah, so I've heard. He messaged me earlier about it. The pain and loneliness of having to break up with a lover. He seemed to finally understand. I can't believe this is happening to me. I had already planned to be married by 30, but my relationship with Dr. James was a misunderstanding, and even Liam dumped me. Why did all the men around me disappear so suddenly? I'm sure you'll be fine. I mean, you're good at getting the attention of men, right? I'm sure you'll find someone and get married soon. What's up with your nonchalant attitude? You looking down on me just because you're already married pisses me off so much. Just because you have an amazing doctor as your husband doesn't mean anything. I swear I'll find a man way better than your husband. I have the ability to do that. You couldn't possibly be thinking of going for your patients, right? Huh? You see, as mentioned, my husband immediately reported you to the higher-ups, and that's where talks of your little unethical actions started to come up as well. Using your position at the hospital and getting personal information on your patients, getting their phone numbers, and once they get discharged from the hospital, you message them personally. What? How did people find out about this? A patient who didn't quite like the stunt you pulled and reported it. With that, it was immediately decided that you are fired. I'm sure once you clock in your next shift, you'll be handed a notice. How could this happen? That was my place to work and search for potential partners. But I still have another trick up my sleeve. I exchanged numbers with some of the guys at the reunion party yesterday. I'm glad I got it for a just-in-case situation like this. You're definitely blocked by all of them. What? Everybody knows that you took Liam from me. Really? People at your job know as well. The news spread rather quickly within our town, and I didn't have to say anything. You didn't notice how tense things were when you arrived at the party? No, I did not notice at all. Just like how you say you want to be married by 30, everybody else has the same plan as well. which means that people are gonna be more wary of potential partners. I get it if we were still students, but that isn't something to be doing at that age. I don't want to be involved with something like that, is what they were saying before blocking you. How horrible! I have to say, everyone really matured, don't you think? To avoid being anything but troublesome, they quickly and efficiently solved the problem. The only one who isn't matured is you. You should really hurry and grow up, Lisa. Good luck finding somebody who will marry you. After all that, Lisa had lost her friends and her job. Even being turned away by her parents after telling her that a daughter who doesn't know any humility isn't mine. She apparently has been going to many speed dating venues as of late. But every time, there's always somebody she knows that is always telling the others about what she has done in the past. Any venue she goes to always ends up badly for her. As for Liam, he moved to a town where nobody knows him and has been working hard starting at square one. I have no plans to ever forgive him, but it's nice that he has learned his lesson. I hope he continues to try his best.
Case? It's been around 15 minutes now since you told me you'd be going to the bathroom. Are you all right? The bus will be here in another 5 minutes or so. If you're not feeling all too well right now, we can cancel this honeymoon and go another time.
I'm out of the bathroom right now. I'll be back to you in just a second.
Case? Hey, the moment I got onto the bus, you told me you had to go back to the bathroom again. Are you sure you're all right? The toilet on this bus is pretty small, so I'm sure it's not comfortable for you in there, right? Did you eat something bad yesterday, or that's got you feeling so poorly? Do you want to go and see a doctor about it?
I'm alright, okay? It's not all that bad, actually. I should be out of here and coming back to my seat here soon, so don't worry.
Are you sure? If it's getting really bad for you, we can go to a local clinic and have them see if you need any medication.
Alright. Sorry for getting you all worked up over me.
I'm sorry for constantly checking up on you.
What?
That toilet you were just in was the one on the left side of the bus, right?
What? Why do you ask?
The person in front of me is saying that there were some strange noises coming from that toilet when they walked back there. As though there was a guy and a girl in there.
What? What are they talking about? And that's not for me. I was going to go into that toilet, but it was locked, and so I went to the toilet on the right side of the bus instead. I know for a fact that I'm not in that toilet right now. So you don't have to be worried about those noises coming from me.
I see. Well, as long as everything's all right back there.
Wow, I can't believe that the toilet on the left side of the bus has noises like that coming from it right now. I'm surprised I can't hear anything right now. I'm coming back to my seat right now, by the way.
All right. Aunt May, do you have a second to talk with me? What? Is that you, Sarah? What's going on? We are supposed to be meeting in the hotel's lobby tonight, right? Is it really all right for you to be texting me now when we can meet later today? You are on your honeymoon right now, so I think it's best you enjoy this time with your husband. Well, about my husband. He isn't feeling all too well right now. What? Oh, no way. He's told me that he has some medicine he can take to help ease some of his stomach pain and that he'll just sleep for the rest of the day in the hotel room. But all of that is a lie. What do you mean? He was already telling me about how it would be better to just send him home and enjoy this trip by myself, considering it's a waste of money being at this hotel with him being in such a bad state. But then why did he come all the way out here in the first place when he was feeling bad before we left? And why is he sending me out of the hotel room when I can just relax in there with him while he sleeps? Well, I know why. Just 10 minutes ago, I saw him walking my little sister into the room. And as I walked up to listen through the door, I could hear the both of them moaning. What? You're talking about June then, right? I always heard stories about how much she's loved to sleep around, but I never thought she'd get to your own husband like that. And during your honeymoon of all times. That's what I'm saying. The only reason I was able to see him walking my sister in there in the first place is because I forgot my sun hat, and so I came back to grab it. Perhaps that could be considered a stroke of luck, having my timing match theirs. Or maybe it's bad luck. I opened the door just a little to make sure the person I really saw was June, and they were too busy getting it on in the bed to notice me peering through the crack in the door. This is too crazy. Now that I'm thinking about it more, I think that June snuck onto that bus with Case and I as well. The whole way out here, things were so strange, and I was starting to really think Case was up to something. I don't even want to know what was going on in the bus. Are you going to be all right, Sarah? Well, let's just see what I can do about this. I have some time on my hands right now, so how about we meet up early and talk about what to do next? Are you all right with that? You wouldn't want to be all alone after witnessing something as insane as that, right? I'm sure there are plenty of things I can help with as well. So please, let me come see you and we can talk all this through in more detail and make a plan. Thank you, Aunt May. Where are you right now? I'm just walking back and forth outside the hotel, trying to keep my mind off what I just saw. Then I'm going to start heading back there right now. Can you meet me over by the tennis courts on the east side of the resort? It'll take me around 30 minutes to get back there, so you can take your time walking to that area. Is that all right? Yeah. While you're on your way back, I'll get some things taken care of that need to be dealt with. What things are you talking about? I just want to talk with some other people that need to know what I've seen is all. Ah, I see. I'll see you in a little over 30 minutes then. See you soon. Case, how's your stomach feeling right now?
Right. It is still causing me a little trouble and churning quite a bit, but I think I'm past the point where it was going to hurt the most. I'm sure the medicine is helping break things up in there a lot, as I haven't had to go to the bathroom as much anymore.
I see.
What have you been up to? Around this time, we were supposed to be going to the gardens or something like that, right?
I'm out with Aunt May and doing a couple of things.
Ah, she came along on this trip as well, right? I forgot that they had been wanting to come to a place like this as well, and made the choice to come during our honeymoon. Well, I'm glad you have had someone to spend the day with.
That's right.
By the way, we were supposed to be meeting with her tonight in the hotel lobby, right? Why don't the two of you just go out to eat dinner without coming back here for me?
What are you going to do then, Case?
I'll order something small with room service. I'm honestly not too hungry right now. So maybe just a small bowl of ice cream, and then I'm going back to sleep. I feel as though another good round of sleep will fix the stomach ache up for me. So if you just go out and have dinner with Aunt May, then that would give me the rest of the evening to relax.
I see. Then once I've had dinner with Aunt May, I'm heading all the way back home by myself.
What?
Well, if you're going to keep it up with that behavior, there's no real need to call all of this our honeymoon, right? I don't really want to be going around by myself seeing all the sights when it was supposed to be about you and I. So I'll head back to the house and relax by myself there.
Wait, I'm sure that by tomorrow I'll be feeling a whole lot better again.
Nope, I'm going home. There's no point in calling this a honeymoon trip anymore, now is there?
Huh? What are you trying to get at there, Sarah?
I'm going to go back out with Aunt May, have some dinner with her, and then head home.
Hey, listen to me. You're just going to head home by yourself and abandon your new husband out here when he's feeling sick? That's pretty messed up of you to just leave your sick husband here in a place he knows nothing about. To go home by yourself.
I'm sure it's not me who's the messed up one here.
What the heck is all of this about? You're a freaking jerk for canceling this honeymoon without asking me first, and then leaving me here when I have a stomachache. Hey,
Oh, it's you again, Case?
don't tell me that you're actually heading home soon.
Well, I am. There were some seats left on the last bus leaving here today, so that's what I'll be riding on.
Huh?
I'm on my way to the bus terminal right now, with Aunt May, of course.
Huh?
You go ahead and do whatever you please there at the resort.
What are you talking about? This is supposed to be yours and my honeymoon. Why would you leave right in the middle of it when I'm just getting back to my normal self and want to have fun with you? Why are you just leaving me here without a care in the world?
Do I really have to give you the reason for why this is?
You want to go home because I became a little sick for a day or two, and it was no fun for you, right? I'm sorry that I ended up getting this sick, but you were the one that left me in this room all day long by myself with no company at all. You're screwed up, Sarah.
Ugh. So that's the reason you think I'm leaving you to go back to the house?
What other reason would there frickin' be right now?
How about the reason of you and my little sister getting it on in the hotel room today?
What?
Back when we were on our way out here on the bus, there were some things going on that made me a little concerned.
Sarah?
Back when the guy sitting in front of me on the bus said something about strange noises coming out of the toilet on the left side of the bus. That was you and June, right? And don't tell me the same thing was going on with you two in the bathroom before you and I got on the bus.
Why would you bring something like that up? Did June say anything to you yesterday or today?
Listen, Case, I know what's happened, so give it up trying to convince me otherwise.
What?
This morning, after you told me to leave the room and go do some things by myself, I forgot my hat and went back up to the room to go and get it.
What?
You both didn't seem to notice anything at the time because you were too busy humping each other. But that's when I saw with my own eyes that you were doing my little sister. I was looking through a crack in the door I made by opening it ever so slightly. She was riding on top of you for a bit before you both rolled over and kept going at it under the covers.
You're lying.
Oh, I sat there listening and watching for close to 10 minutes because I couldn't believe my eyes and had to keep checking again to make sure what I was looking at was actually real. I'm sure that June is staying at the same resort right now. If she wasn't, then there would have been no way of her getting into the resort and up to our room that quickly, right?
No, wait,
In other words, since the beginning, you and her have been planning on going to the same resort at the same time during our honeymoon so that you both could play around. Right?
Well,
Well, I'm going to find out all the finer details in this from here on. And it would help me out a lot if you would just confess to what you've done here. And to make that happen, there will be a lot of people showing up to your room really soon.
a lot of people showing up to this room? Here?
I don't want to see you in person for a little while now, so I'll leave it up to all of them to get the information I need.
What are you going on about? What? Hey, Sarah, why are both my parents and your parents here right now? Why were they all allowed to come into this resort? We are way too far away from home for all of them to have made it out here this quickly.
Wait, did you totally forget or something? To join in on some of the fun we were going to have, our parents all got together and planned a trip out for themselves to come to this area as well.
What?
They wanted to have some good family bonding time as well, since you and I just married, so they booked rooms at a resort just down the road. But when they heard the news from me about what I'd seen, they all got into their rental van and started to make their way over to the resort you're at.
What? Huh?
They were also able to make a last-minute change to stay at that resort tonight. Since both the resorts on the street are owned by the same company and are able to do things like that for their guests.
What?
It also helps that Aunt May has a friend working for that resort. She had a word with that friend of hers and told them everything they needed to know. So that friend went ahead and made sure to give our parents the large, sweet room in order for you all to sit down and have a nice, long meeting.
Wait.
So now that you're aware of that, tonight will be a blast for you. Both you and June will be able to have a seat in that room with all 4 of them and take it up your butts.
Are you freaking kidding me, Sarah? Sarah, I made sure to get that settlement into your bank account. The divorce paperwork has all been handed into the courthouse as well.
Is that right? Thank you so much for letting me know.
Well, now that I've thought about it, this divorce is perfect for me.
Why is that?
Well, now I'll be able to marry your little sister instead. Tomorrow, I'm going to go and propose to her, and then from there, her and I can run over to the courthouse again and get married.
So you're going right back for more then?
I may have lost my parents because of what happened, but as long as I have a young and cute-looking wife like June in my life, I'll be just fine. I'll be perfect, actually.
That might not be happening though, Case.
Why do you say that?
Because June is already married.
Huh?
From what I've heard, she already gave birth to the son of a truly top-notch CEO who's making over $1.5 million a year. So after giving birth to his son, they both tied the knot and are now considered husband and wife.
What did you just say? She got married to another man? Even though I went and paid for both the settlement you asked for me and the settlement you asked from her? She just left me now?
Did you really think you were the only man she was getting love from? I'm not sure what made you think that about her, but for the longest time now, she's been a real whore.
What?
Ever since high school, I think, she's been sleeping around with pretty much any man she could land. There were times she'd call them her boyfriends or something, but that would mean at some points she had 3 boyfriends at a time.
What the actual heck?
I'm sure that since she just got married, she's gone and ended all those other relationships she was having.
I never heard anything about this stuff, though.
I think she was waiting until after you paid both of your settlements to me before she would say anything.
That frickin' whore.
Well, along with myself, my parents have also gone and cut ties to my little sister. So now you both mean nothing to us. Good luck trying to figure out the situation you've gotten yourself into now, Case. Goodbye. After that, Case went and found the company of June's husband and ran in there making a huge scene. This led to June's husband finding out about all the men June had been with before, and so he had a DNA test done on his baby that she recently had. It turned out that the baby was Case's. This led to June then being divorced by her husband and him getting a settlement from her, and Case was also given a bill for all the things in that man's office building that he went and broke in his rage. However, even after all of that, Case still wanted to be with June, and so those two handed in their marriage form. As of right now, those two are working hard to make up all the money they need to pay off all their debt. But while that's happening, June is still finding ways to go back out with other men. Case is very much aware of what she's doing, but for some reason he doesn't want a divorce and just ignores all of it. Even more recently, things between those two have become so divided that they sleep on opposite sides of the house from one another. Because of this, it seems like the place is a very bad environment for their baby, and so my parents and I have talked about taking it away from them. Time will only tell what happens next, but I just hope nothing happens to harm that whore's baby.